Hey, I'm Leah Koenig. I am a food writer, and this is my cookbook, the Hadassah Everyday Cookbook.
And today we're going to make sweet potato kale soup with white beans.
It's something that takes about 40 minutes to make, so we are gonna get started. We are gonna use 1 head of garlic. If you're a serious garlic fiend, you could roast 2 bulbs, I won't tell. 3 tablespoons of olive oil, and you're gonna divide that between the 1 tablespoon on the roasted garlic and 2 tablespoons in the pot. You have 2 leeks, thinly sliced, 1 sprig of fresh thyme. You're gonna use 4 small or medium-sized potatoes peeled and cut into about 1/2 inch pieces. 6 cups of vegetable broth or parve chicken broth. 1 small bunch of kale with the stems removed and chopped. 1 14-ounce can of white beans, and you wanna rinse and drain those. 1 teaspoon of salt, and about a 1/2 teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper. So the first thing you want to do is roast your garlic. People are going to be like, why does the soup taste so good? And you can just tell them that you're a really good cook, but the secret is actually roasted garlic. Start by slicing off the bottom, wrap it in some sturdy aluminum foil to kind of help it soften. Add a drizzle of olive oil. I'm going to wrap it up. So I have a preheated 400-degree oven. It's gonna hang out in there for about a half an hour. It may take a little bit longer, but we're gonna prep everything else while that's cooking, and then when that is soft, it'll be the perfect magical time just to go right into the soup. All right, the last thing we need to prep is our kale. I was a cheerleader for the Kale University football team. So kale has this outer part, and it also has a woody stem, which you pretty much want to get rid of. Just take the kale and rip off the stem like that. Now that you have your leaves separated, you want to just give them a rough chop. You want them to be roughly bite-sized. Okay, so now we can cook. Heat up a pot over medium heat and 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And we're just gonna let that heat up for about a minute until you can start to feel the heat rising to the top. I'm gonna add my leeks, again, just the whites and the greens. And you wanna get that nice sizzle, the magic of cooking. And we're also gonna add a whole thyme sprig. Gonna give that a nice stir, so maybe 6-7 minutes. And you don't have to stand here and stir it obsessively. I know sometimes you want to just kind of be in control of everything, or I certainly do, but it's a time to kind of, get a little zen, get a glass of wine, or seltzer, if you will, and just kind of hang out and let your vegetables do their thing. So we're actually going to add the sweet potato, a delightful soup combination. Now, as you can see, the vegetables and the sweet potatoes are starting to soften. You're starting to get a little bit of brownness in the leeks. So we're actually at the point where we want to add in our stock, and we want to add in our garlic. That is just the most beautiful thing in the world. You're going to basically start at the top and squeeze them out. Your fingers will smell fantastic all day. The recipe calls for about 6 cups of stock. So we're just gonna pour that in, and it's gonna be at a simmer, and we're gonna just let it simmer for about 5 to 10 minutes until the sweet potatoes are soft, and then we're gonna add our kale. And we're also going to add our drained white beans, and then we are going to eat. That's really good. You could eat this with some crusty bread, you can make a salad, have some cheese on the side, and no one needs to know that you ate off of the spoon. Adds flavor.